seriously though, like, what does that mean to get that nomination?
Yeah, it's cool to be recognized. I definitely play this game for the love of the game and to have fun with my teammates. So to get honored with the nominee for that is really cool. Really grateful.
It looked like you had fun at one rivalry game last weekend, another college rivalry game this weekend. You mixed it up a little bit with Abe this week.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Cougs around the building, and I play next to one too. So it's definitely fun. Haven't worn any red this week. Keeping the tradition alive. So excited for my dogs. Go get a win and end this thing on a good note.
That is Abe talking trash about last year, or do you just remind him of all the previous ones if he tries?
No, I love the Cougs because they're like, it might snow. And I'm like, how did that work out for you last time? I can kind of play that card no matter what the weather is. But, yeah, I mean, it's good. You kind of got to give the little brother a win so they keep playing with you. So he knows that. And I don't know. He doesn't have the confidence that we do, when we go into Apple Cup. He kind of knows what the outcome's going to be. So should be a good one for purple and gold.
Did you take in the whole game day experience and everything, or?
Yeah, that was really cool. Obviously got to see my family. My brother was there and got to spend some time with the kids a little bit on Sunday after the game. But really cool, happy for, Montana State, University of Montana to get that kind of recognition. It's a really cool game, the whole state's all we have. So, there's no professional sports, so it's a big deal. And, I grew up playing football right outside the field there. And to go back and, just to watch the Cats beat up on the Grizz was really fun, too.
Offensively, what do you guys need to do to get kind of the run game, third down, some of the issues that popped up last week that maybe haven't been issues all year? Is that something you feel like needs to get better?
Yeah. I mean, we'll play in America. That might help. I don't know. No real number twos. We just got to keep doing our thing. Still have a bunch of trust in Gino, and the O-line's been blocking their tails off. So, I can see those getting corrected really easily and just go out there and play a complete game, running the ball and passing the ball.
Thanksgiving tomorrow, what are you thankful or grateful for?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm definitely just grateful for the journey. My story's definitely not been perfect, and, all the support that I've had along the way, not just getting here, but along the way, in high school and in college through the transition, my family had my back. I'm just grateful for all the people that support me day in and day out, and people that I love.
The Apple Cup rivalry aside, what's impressed you about Abe and what he's been able to do as a rookie this year?
Yeah, I mean Abe, it's been fun to see rookies just be professionals right out the gate. He doesn't really need a lot of information, tips and tricks. He kind of just knows, and he goes to work and he gets the game plan and he's ready to go on Sunday. So that's been, the biggest thing that I've seen is just how he works day in and day out. It's been really fun to watch. But the guy's he's a mauler. It's really fun. I love getting after in the run game, and he does a pretty dang good job.
It seems like nothing really phases him whatsoever. What's it like seeing that kind of composure from a rookie where he comes in and just kind of is that level presence there?
Yeah, and him and Chuck, I tried to preach it to him earlier that, hey, just the next play is the most important one, because that's kind of what we do here. But they were like, we know. And I was like, all right. So it's cool to see them. It doesn't really matter what goes on throughout the game. It's just the next play, the next task, going and whooping a guy's ass.
When it comes to the pass blocking, in this league, they're seeing pretty elite guys week in, week out, and there's been very few instances where you're like, oh, wow, they got beat. I mean, how impressive is what they've been able to do consistently for 10 games now?
Yeah, and I think you'd give a shout out to Austin Blythe and Gabe Jackson, kind of the vets of that room, and really the whole line is just a really tight-knit group. So they're studying and they're, we're perfecting their craft, but, to have two rookies go out there and perform, like that against some really elite pass rushers in this league, it's pretty special. Definitely excited to have those guys for years to come.
And the tight ends next to him help, right?
We try. We do what we can.
You described Abe as like a professional. We've heard other veterans say that about the rookie class as a whole. What about them gives off that professional vibe?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the media is like kind of taking us by storm. No one really had high expectation, and it'd be really easy for a rookie class to feel that hype. You're in the NFL, you're starting, you're making money out of college, and have that hype go up, but it doesn't really matter what week it is. or what has happened. They're just sticking to the script, going and trying to perform to the best of their abilities. So that's really cool to see, no matter what week it is, what's going on, whether we're going to Germany or it's Thanksgiving or we just come off four-game win streak. You know, they're coming in this building, they're excited about team meetings, shooting hoops, and getting the game plan going.
You guys get 5 of 7 at home now to close out the season. Just how nice is that to know you'll be playing in front of your fans a
5
lot?
of 7 with the 12s. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I mean, you played here a while now. Is this year that seemed a little louder, more?
Yeah, I mean, you can go back to 2020 was the first playoff game we lost, and we didn't have any fans. So they're definitely a factor. It's nice to have them back. It's nice to have everyone just feeding off each other. And, you know, we definitely play for them because we want to put a show on, because the better we do, the more hype they get, and it's kind of back and forth. So it's definitely fun.
One more rookie question for you. Kenneth Walker, how have you seen him kind of step into the starting role?
Yeah, Ken, he's done a good job, man. I think, you know, shout out to Chad, his coach, just coaching him up, getting him right. But the same thing, the professionalism, you know, we go do walkthroughs, and you can see guys kind of taking walkthroughs out, but that's not him. He's hitting the holes. He's seeing his cuts. He's making sure that every rep that he gets, he's trying to learn something and see the game a little bit better, and it's definitely translating.
Because there were so many weird variables in Munich, field, different country, time zone. How much are you guys looking at that game offensively, back at it, really? I mean, reflecting on that game, are you more focusing on the games before?
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting game. You know, they kind of threw us out of rhythm in the first half, and then you could kind of see in the second half we kind of were who we were, and we're not going to quit. So as long as we keep that attitude of just going and doing our thing and not quitting until the clock says zeros, I think we're going to be all right.
What's the personality difference between the tight end room and like the wide receiver room?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, the receiver room has more guys, so they have a lot more variety. I would say the tight ends are all cut from the same cloth. Like, we're kind of just goofballs, but we like to work. And then the receiver rooms, they also like to talk shit and have fun, but, like, I don't know, there's just a lot of them. Hard to keep track, so it's hard to distinctly put them in two different categories.
I have to know about this back in, like, August. Seems like the tight ends, year in, year out, is kind of the goofballs, like you said. Is there something about that position that is...
I mean, I have a theory that, like, tight ends are really smart, and so, like, at a certain point, you can only run so many stick routes, so we, like, not necessarily get bored with it, but it's like you got to find a way to have fun, you know, running stick routes, I guess, but it's fun.
How many plays in the playbook have a stick route?
I don't know. It's like, I say that, but we do so many different things. Like, how could you get bored? But it's, you know, just going in day out and trying to, I don't know. I like to think the tight ends create energy. You know, obviously started with Luke and Jimmy, and you kind of pick up that gauntlet and try and bring energy to walkthroughs and practice. So it just kind of translates. Football is a game, you know, you should be having fun. If you're not, you're in the wrong profession.
Have you watched much of Washington's offense? Just back to Africa Cup stuff, and how much would you like to? Obviously, you've got Geno, but Michael Penix is leading the nation.
Yeah, the lefty slinging. They're doing really good. You know, I have some. It's crazy. I still have some old teammates, Jackson Kirkland, and a couple of those guys that I met, you know, before they were getting recruited there. So I've been watching them close. I went to the Oregon State game, and just watching those guys work. You know, it's fun to see the passing game come to life, and even the running backs run hard. So they're a really good offense. They present a lot of challenges, and they're going to go put it on the Cougs for sure.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks.